Welcome to SVG TV News for Thursday, December 8th, 2022. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. While there has not been an increase in positive HIV/AIDS cases in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in recent times, of the cases recorded are said to be between the age group 14 to 35. This is according to AIDS Coordinator for Public Sector Entities at the National AIDS Secretariat, Winfield Tanis Abbott, on the VC3 Roundtable Talk last evening.
Not been increasing significantly, and that much I can say. We have not had a big increase at all. What is really happening is that we need to get more into the different communities and the schools, because we know of the promiscuity that goes on among young people between the ages of 16 and 35. So you're finding now that these are the cases that we are getting between 14, more or less 14, 16 to 35.
Tanis Abbott said they are also seeing a lot of self-stigma and self-discrimination coming from persons living with HIV/AIDS.
We have sort of diffused that stigma and discrimination to an extent where what we are seeing a lot now is self-stigma and self-discrimination coming from the persons themselves living with HIV. And gone are the days when people were afraid to come to the National AIDS Secretariat to have a test done. As I told you before, we are seeing young people in their numbers. We are seeing key population in their numbers coming. And we are seeing them bringing their partners as well. We are seeing parents bringing their children. And that shows that because of the confidentiality and because HIV has now become a chronic disease, that they rather know than not knowing. And one of the things we always encourage is that for you to know your status, you must be tested. That's the only how you can know your status. There's no other way out. And that's one of the things we keep preaching. Once you don't put fear into people, you just tell them it's a simple process. This is what will be done. We will take you through the process. We will counsel you. And if you're positive, it is your choice to tell your parents. If you choose not to, if you need us to be there with you, to tell your parents, we will be there. But everything has to be you. And that's the thing that we have to learn as individuals. Our health is a shared responsibility, and also our health is our own responsibility.
Over 800 persons are said to be living with HIV/AIDS here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The SVG Teachers Union continues to lobby for teachers and other public servants who are affected by the government's COVID-19 vaccination mandate to be reinstated. During the SVG TU Speaks program on SVG TV, Industrial Relations Officer Anshu Sean says it's about time steps be taken to reinstate those affected workers even as they await the outcome of a court challenge on the matter.
Well, some of them are in such dire situation that they are seeking employment in so many different areas. You know, somebody pointed out to me last week, one of them are even on the road gangs, working to earn $1 to support their children for the Christmas season. You know, and we have denigrated, we have brought our teachers to such a level. You know, teachers who have been giving of their best over a long period of time. And we are wondering now, even while the judges resolve our judgment, we are still wondering if the intent of the government is to have these teachers at home permanently. I am still wondering, I still can't grapple with the fact that we are hoping to keep these teachers disenfranchised and dismissed and being pulled down to base level, as it were. If this is the intention of the government and the authority to have this situation continue, I am wondering, it's still puzzling to me, because we are seeing changes in the protocols where we having all the protocols removed for foreigners, yet our teachers, our workers, not just teachers, some of our workers at the port, some of them at the different areas, can't even name the different areas, right, who are dismissed, right? And we are wondering if there is a situation where we are not. We have doctors, you talk about doctors, who are needed in the system, but yet they are home when we have already lifted all the protocols for the pandemic. We are not seeing it enforced, right? And yet we are saying to our workers, you have no place in a system where you are needed.
And President of the SVG TU, Oswald Robinson, says they are looking forward to the ruling in the court matter, noting that they are happy with the representation by their legal team.
This mandatory policy did far greater harm and injustice than the intended purpose.
Okay, thanks.
Right? The fact that the government is asking the dismissed teachers to reapply tells you that the vaccine mandate did not achieve what is set out to. You're telling the people they should be vaccinated to be in the classroom because you want to reduce the spread and make the workplace safe. But then you're asking the same unvaccinated now to come back. And we are looking forward to have a celebration. Thank Almighty God for bringing us thus far, and we look forward, we continue to empathize and sympathize with our teachers or with our job, especially no income, especially in this critical period of the year.
And its weekly COVID-19 update, the Ministry of Health says there are now 8 active COVID-19 cases on the island. The report says 2 new PCR cases and 6 new antigen cases were recorded, along with 3 hospitalizations over the reporting period. To date, 9,482 COVID-19 cases have been recorded here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, with 9,355 recoveries and 116 deaths. In terms of vaccination, 72,979 vaccines have been administered. The annual Christmas Crime Prevention Exhibition by the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force will be held tomorrow, Friday, December 9th, 2022, in front of the Central Police Station in capital Kingston from 9 a.m. Executive member of the RSVG Police Force Crime Prevention Unit, Corporal Nikisha Andrews, on radio today says the event will be held under the theme Enhancing Public Safety, a Shared Responsibility.
We will have persons from within the organization, persons from example, the fire department, traffic, human trafficking, the sexual offenses unit. Of course, CID would be there. We have persons from the business sector who would be coming to showcase whether their camera systems and so forth, so that persons can be abreast as to some of the safety measures and some of the enhancement that you can do to put safety at your homes.
Corporal Andrews says members of the Crime Prevention Unit will also join the police force band in the various communities to share Christmas cheer and safety tips with the public.
In particular, the Christmas season, because it's the first, we joined with the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force Band in going out into the communities on a daily basis and give a little tip here and there as to some of the safety precautions that you can take. At present, we are giving out a few food baskets to persons who are really in need. So if you know of someone who is really in need, you can always contact us. We'll try our best and see how much we can assist. Because we are not just there to arrest. We are not just there to share information. We are there to share goods and to take care of our citizens where we can.
The Salvation Army is expected to distribute over 700 Christmas hampers to the less fortunate this year. This is according to the newly assigned major of the local arm of the organization, Captain Busseret Wilkins, who told SVG TV News in a telephone interview that he is grateful for the support they have been getting from the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Let me take opportunity right now to say a big thank you to all the people in St. Vincent and Grenadines for great support. The businesses, places, the people who give us donation, let me tell them a big thank you. We are so grateful for that. We appreciate it. And let me encourage also everyone, all the donors in the country to continue to support the Salvation Army in the country. Because without them, the Salvation Army cannot move forward. This is what I want to share with them. We are so appreciative. Thank you to everyone. May the Lord bless the Salvation Army. May the Lord bless St. Vincent and Grenadines. May the Lord bless all the people in this country.
Captain Wilkins said that the Christmas Kettle Appeal, which started in November, has been going well, and they're hoping that they're able to reach their target of raising $150,000 so that they can feed a lot more people in the new year.
It was good so far. The target for our kettle is 1,150,000 for this year. For right now, we have on 800 names of people for now. If you can look at in our kettle sign, you can see need nose, no season. What does that mean? Our kettle, we have the kettle every year from November to December, true. But after the kettle, every day, people come in for hamper and for a plate of food also.
On December 14th, the Salvation Army will host its annual food hamper distribution to the less fortunate.
My aim for this year, we have in our plan to distribute at least 700 hampers to the people in St. Vincent. We open we hope to do more, but we cross our finger by faith. If we get more donation, we can move forward to reach more. This is something we're doing it every day. As you know that we have a filling program also. And the filling program is Monday to Friday. My plan for next year is to feed more people. And I cannot do it by myself, but with the help of the people in St. Vincent and Grenadines, I am sure I can reach far than the one we have this year.
The Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture today launched its Christmas caroling event under the theme Spirits Lifted. The event is slated for December 17th as part of the 9 Nights of Lights activities. Speaking at the launching ceremony at the CDC's conference room, Minister of Tourism Carlos James says the event aims to bring together the different government agencies and ministries in the spirit of the season.
And in collaboration with the National Parks, Rivers and Beaches Authority, there are 9 Nights of Lights. We've decided this year to incorporate the Spirits Lifted caroling event at the Botanic Gardens during the period of the 9 Nights of Light. The composition of this event will feature a number of government agencies and ministries. I see Braxa, who's represented here, National Mobilization, Urban Development, the Ministry of Finance, Foreign Affairs, Ministry of National Security, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, as well as the Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture. But also the Kingston Cooperative Credit Union, they've decided to join the Building and Loan Association, Girls High School, the Police Youth Club, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College, represented by their Performing Arts Society.
Minister James says the event will naturally see the re-emergence of caroling events that are normally held around the Christmas season. And though the Ministry of Tourism Christmas caroling will not be a competition, he is hoping to make it bigger and better next year.
Sorry, the Botanic Gardens on the 17th of December, and I'm hoping that based on this year's event and the turnout which we're expecting, I'm not sure if the Botanic Gardens, and that's why I'm thinking Victoria Park, I'm not sure if Botanic Gardens will essentially be the location based on the size and the expected turnout that we're hoping to have. And we're hoping at some point in the near future, perhaps next year, we can move to a larger venue where we can draw swords and have the rivalry of the caroling competition back in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I know the police, Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, they have taken and continue to sustain that part of the culture, and they every year will have their internal competition, which I understand it's so serious that, you know, members they have to be on guard. But we're hoping that this year the Vincentian community will appreciate the hard work of the Department of Culture in seeing the reemergence of the caroling series of events, and naturally we move towards, hopefully next year, launch the competition.
Minister James further commended the cultural officers who are making the event possible and also thanked the other ministries and departments for partnering with the Ministry of Culture.
We want to thank the cultural officer Maxine Brung and Juanita Phillips, who they've worked tremendously hard at the Department of Culture to host this event, and no doubt that this event will be an added component to the overall product of 9 mornings as we know it. It's the only Caribbean island you can fly to and enjoy 9 morning activities at 4 in the morning, and at the same time in the evening you go to the Botanic Gardens and have the 9 nights of light. And this component of 9 nights is really going to put the icing on the cake, and I really appreciate all of the institutions and the agencies and government ministries who have decided to partner with the Department of Culture and by extension the Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture in ensuring that this event becomes a reality and a success. We do intend, as I said, it's not a competition this year, but I'm certain we'll have token of appreciations for the participating groups, and no doubt the Department of Culture will continue to work with you to ensure that the Spirits Lifted event moves into a bigger venue next year.